will have a new seat at the table before this is all said and done. I hope people understand that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see the crumbs they're leaving at our feet. All right, I'll stop ranting. But you know what, man? It's happening really fast. And I guess I'm not done ranting yet because, look, it's happening fast. And what's been really slow, and I've always joked about how it's getting faster and faster than toilet paper roll, but it is. And it's really getting faster now. And I hope people understand.
Welcome back to a mind-blowing episode with Andy Schectman, CEO of Miles Franklin. Today, Andy unveils a shocking truth. Why are 8 banks holding the largest concentrated short position in silver, while sovereign nations are stockpiling it? This isn't just about finance. It's about the military-industrial complex and the hidden value of silver in modern warfare. Andy breaks down the staggering demand for silver, the strategic moves of global powers, and why the current market price is misleading. This is critical information you can't afford to miss.
Come on, man. Like, we're not using it right now for these super high-tech weapons? Well, geez, do you think there's any correlation why it's not listed in the supply-demand fundamentals or the supply-demand numbers, rather, from the Silver Institute? Even with their 250 million ounce shortfall, we're supposed to believe that photovoltaics is the largest demand for silver. The military has nothing to do with it. And it's just dumb. All of these things that they just think we're all so stupid. Why would 8 banks be holding the largest concentrated short position in any commodity ever traded in a tiny little market called silver at a period of time when sovereign nations are accumulating the crap out of it? It's as dumb as a mud wall. And they're doing it because they need it to build weapons. And that's what this all boils down to. The military-industrial complex. They're a step or two ahead of our president in terms of who's making the decisions. And I don't know. I find it's just the whole thing starts to get aggravating because it's so clear to me. I wish I could convince more people of what silver really truly is. It's so clear to me, but yet price is everything. And that's all people care about. It's just price is everything. Look at the supply demand numbers from the Silver Institute. You see nary a word about military. Yet in 1942, we were on our way to 200 million ounces a year, and everything is a whole hell of a lot more high tech than it was back then. So, and then you look at the silver disappearing out of the Western vaults and all of these things coming together. You look at all the things that we've talked about with gold, how important it is to understand that the Project Enbridge, which Saudi Arabia just became a full participant on, how dollars are not compatible, U.S. currency is not compatible on Enbridge. Enbridge will trade the unit currency, which will be 40% gold. I did an interview today with Vince Lancy, and he was saying the 60% currency portion of it, those countries have every reason in the world to back their currency by gold so that it comprises the majority of the currency units within the unit system. And remember, the white paper on the unit says the gold is held within the borders of the country that possess it. They don't have to send it to Beijing or Moscow. They hold their own gold. They have it independently audited. They create a unit token, which will be 40% gold, 60% BRICS currencies. And he thinks those India and China and Russia will do all that they can to back their currencies with gold. And why do you think China's not telling us how much gold that they buy? Do you really think they've stopped buying? No, they haven't. There's massive deliveries happening right now off of COMEX. They're just not reporting it to the IMF. So all of the gold they produce, the 400 or 500 metric tons a year, all of the gold that they accumulate that's not 995 pure, all of the gold that their proxy banks on behalf of the PBOC deal with the refineries in South Africa and in Switzerland, all of the deals coming off of COMEX, none of that's reported. Why would they want to tell us? Why haven't we told, let the gold at Fort Knox be audited? And they will. You will see gold. We will wake up and we will see gold at levels the world cannot believe, just like the head of the central bank, Dutch central bank, said, talks about the gold revaluation account. And you can't make it up. Everyone in all central bank gold is held in an account called gold revaluation account. And all they got to do is make gold 10 grand, bang. They're horrible balance sheets because along with accumulating gold, they've all been accumulating debt. And one last thing I want to say, and I know you got to go, and I'm just ranting, and sorry for anyone who asked questions. The more I think about it, think of what we're doing. as China and Japan are selling bonds and Russia and Saudi, the UK is buying our bonds, right? The UK, the frickin' UK, who's broke. So the broke country is buying the debt of an even more broke country so that we have enough money just to pay the interest on the debt we already created and to buy commodities, right? Commodities from who? Because we have virtually nothing in the way of commodities or the ability, the warehousing or the production capacity. So just like 90% of all the rare earths were mined in the Eurasian continent in China, 100% were refined in China. So we sell our debt to another broke Western country to help support the system so we can pay interest and buy commodities from the BRICS countries who, instead of buying our debt like they always did, they're selling it and buying gold. And so gold is going higher. The debt is getting lower and lower and lower. Rates are going higher. The whole system, the West, is just going down this dollar doom loop by what they're doing. And gold will have a new seat at the table before this is all said and done. I hope people understand that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see the crumbs they're leaving at our feet. All right, I'll stop ranting. But you know what, man? It's happening really fast. And I guess I'm not done ranting yet because, look, it's happening fast. And what's been really slow, and I've always joked about how it's getting faster and faster than toilet paper roll, but it is. And it's really getting faster now. And I hope people understand this new unit currency is the biggest game changer for gold and the dollar and the bond market in ever. And Saudi Arabia being a full participant in Enbridge, for which the unit will trade over, which is not compatible with the dollar. Well, that's pretty damn big too. So get your house in order, you guys, please. It's getting late in the day, and you can see 1/8 of an inch separates chaos. One other thing I'd like to say, just on a completely separate matter, I left Minnesota because the radical left more or less freaked me out so much I couldn't stand it there anymore. And where are all the riots and the burning down the cities and the looting by the radical right after what just happened on Saturday? I think the whole thing just stinks and sucks. And the people on the right these days are more hardworking, blue-collar Americans than the elite that they were painted out to be. And I just think it's more frightening that the narrative we're being told by the left media and supposed to believe all this garbage, that they just realized that he's mentally compromised, that the Secret Service didn't want to put him on a slanted roof, so we left it wide open and they put him inside the building instead. All of this crap, it's getting worse and worse and worse, and it goes to show you we're getting closer to some form of a conclusion to all of this. So let's just all pray for the safety of former President Trump. No matter what you think about him, he was a former president of the United States, and it is a sad day for the United States to think this is what it's come down to.
Thank you for watching this eye-opening episode with Andy Schectman. The hidden dynamics of silver and its role in global strategy are more crucial than ever. If this episode was enlightening, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more essential insights. Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. We value your perspective. Stay informed, stay ahead, and we'll see you in the next episode.